We'll go ahead and get started. So, again, if you have a kettlebell that is preferred weight today, but we can make it work with a dumbbell just fine, no worries about that. We're going to get started with a little bit of a hip opener. So, we're going to drop to single knee. We're going to work to kind of tuck those hips up and under, get a little hip stretch, quad stretch. While we're at it, we're going to take a hand to the outside of that knee. Get a little thoracic rotation in there. We get lots of things getting lubricated, again, ready to work out. We'll switch knees, do the same thing. First, tuck those hips under, get those glutes nice and tight. Open up those quads. Hand to the outside of that knee. Push against and rotate. Hold there for a couple of breaths. Think about sitting nice and tall. And then we'll come up out of that. All right. So kind of the next step up from that is going to be a lunge with the same situation. So taking a nice good step forward, and we're going to take both hands, opening up wide, and we're looking for extension from fingertip to fingertip here, coming back and reset. All right, so we'll get a few reps of this on each side. Really want you to focus on extending those arms. Should be getting that upper back nice and loosened up at the same time, as well as getting our balance going, getting a little bit of those legs, good muscles there, kind of nice and warmed up. So I don't want you to rush through this. I want you to really focus on what you're doing. Stay focused, finding that center, finding that balance. Think about this like your yoga prep. All right, very intentional with every movement. All right, we'll go last time here. And back up. All right, we're gonna work on our hip hinge. If this is redundant for you, that's totally fine. Never hurts to really pound on the basics there. So we're gonna get those feet about hip width apart, right at our hips. We're going to work to push those back towards the back of the room. I'm not going to be bending those knees. They are going to be soft, all right, but we're going to keep those legs nice and straight. All right, when we get to this position, you should feel your hamstrings nice and tense, all right, maybe a little bit in your glutes. We're going to be working to really keep that chest up while we're keeping that back nice and flat. All right, so if we're in this position right here, we just need to work to kind of tighten that low back and lift that chest up. All right, so imagine your Iron Man. You got your reactor on your chest. And you want to shine that light forward towards the front of the room. All right, so once we kind of get in this position, I want you to really really work on pushing those hips back. Try to get as much hamstring loaded as possible. So we're going to kind of decrease this angle between our belly and the top of our quads. We're going to work on continuously hinge, and we'll slowly roll that back up. We'll reset there for a second, check those legs out, and then we're going to do this again. All right, so it's going to start with just pushing those hips back as far as we can first. We're going to pause. We're going to check that back, right? Make sure we're nice and flat. Okay, that chest is up and forward. If you want to, you can work on squeezing those shoulder blades back as well. That's just going to help us a little bit later. Okay? And then we're going to continue to push those hips back. We're going to load more into those glutes. That weight in the foot should be shifted towards the back of your foot. Your whole foot's still down the ground, but we're a little bit towards the back of the foot, a little bit more in that heel. You should feel tension through the whole body, all right? This should be relatively uncomfortable to hold for a long period of time if we're doing everything correct. If we have tension in those hamstrings, those glutes, that low back is getting some activation from keeping that chest up, and that upper back is squeezed nice and tight and relaxed. All right, we're going to do this 2 more times, but this time we're going to focus on the kind of contraction, the finishing position, okay? So from that nice tall position, we're going to load those hips back. We're going to keep pushing those backs, focus on just hinging, just like a door hinge. Just 2 flat pieces, just moving 90 degrees. Once you get kind of far down, we'll get that back nice and activated. Check that chest. Make sure that low back is tense. All right, not carrying all the weight. just doing support. All right, we're going to continue to get that hinge going down. Those knees are still straight. All right, once we kind of get in that really loaded position, like a stretched out rubber band, this is the part that we're going to work on this time, is we're going to work on reversing that in a very short time. Think about kind of snapping back a rubber band. We're going to focus on those glutes, pushing those glutes forward and squeezing them nice and tight. All right, so it's going to look like this. Boom. Push those hips through, squeeze those glutes, keep squeezing those glutes in that finished position, and relax. All right. Same thing, one more time. Last time on this, we're to create that hinge. All right, really reach those hips back. All right, get those hamstrings loaded, those glutes, chest up tall, squeeze that upper back. All right, increase that hinge. All right, nice tight angle, lowering that chest to the ground, keeping that back flat though. All right, if we're reaching towards the ground, this is not what we're looking for. Keeping that back nice and strong, that hinge. All right, we're going to snap back, squeeze those glutes, and go. And good. All right, so that's the foundation of most of our deadlifting, our kettlebell swings, or dumbbell swings, anything that you're involved in pushing those hips back, throwing those hips forward. All right, most of our lower body movement. So that's going to help us today in our primary movement is going to be our Romanian deadlift. We're going to do that with just a single weight, okay? And then we're going to combo that with some split squats, just working a little bit more of our quads. All right, so a good lower body little pair here. This won't be all we do today, but this is going to be a big chunk of it because we're going to do it in a tempo, okay? So our tempo, what we're looking for is a 6-second descent, 2-second hold, and then that sharp up, okay? Pretty much what we just practiced there. All right, what's going to look like on the single leg, we're going to be kicking back, creating that tension that we just talked about. That chest is proud, that back is squeezed. We're going to hinge down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1, 2, and then sharp back up. Okay, that's what we're going to be looking for. We're just going to do 4 per side to start with, and then we'll throw in those split squats at the end of it. All right, so grab your weight. We're going to be doing a contralateral lift here. So contra means opposing. All right, so we're going to be working our left leg to start. That's going to be what's on the ground. So opposite of that is our right hand. So that right hand is going to hold our weight. Okay. So we're going to do this all together. If you're not great at counting seconds, I used to be a bull rider. That's not true, but I can count to 6. All right, so put all that weight on that left side. Get that right foot up off the ground. Your left hand can be wherever you want to. If you want to put it on the hip, on that chest, abdomen, behind your head, wherever you want to put it, up to you. So we're balancing on that left leg. We're going to start hinging in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that bottom position. Find that balance. 2, 1, and up. Good. Once more for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 1, 2, up. There's rep 2. Going for 3, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1, 2, up. 3. There's one more time. Hinge down in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1, 2, and up. Good. All right, going to relax. We'll switch hands. What I want to see is consistent movement going from that top to the bottom. All right. Try not to get down here while I'm still counting down from 6. All right, so it should be consistent movement from 6 down to 0 on that eccentric. Okay, so you kind of got to feel it out. You got to find where that pace is, that timing. Okay, weights in the left hand, right foot is down, left foot's up in the air. We're going to start hinging for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1, 2, and up. Good. Find that balance. Reset. Going down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1, and up. There's number 2. Remember, squeeze that glute at that top. That one's firing us back up. Back down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold for 2, 1, up, and one more coming in here, hinge down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold for 2, 1, up, and down. All right. RDLs down, look good, feel good, right? So again, primary hamstring on those RDLs, a lot of glute going on there. If you feel it in that low back, that's fine. That again is because we're keeping that chest up, right? So that's the tension of keeping that chest up and not keeping it down, okay? So good to have a little bit of support help from that low back, but again, primary work from those hamstrings, from those glutes. All right, we're going to combo those RDLs with some split squats. So we'll get that weight, we're going to get that up into a front rack position. If you have a dumbbell, same position, okay, up on the shoulder. Same deal, contralateral. So weight in the right hand, we're going to be working the left leg. So we're going to take kind of a lunge stance, split squat stance, and we're going for 8 reps. Just dropping down, come back up. No tempo on this one, just feel it out, going for 8 total reps here per side. Once you get 8, we'll switch sides. Now one more. And there's 8. Now I'll flip this around. Go to the other side. Weights on the left. Right foot's at front. Dropping down for another 8. All right. Once you focus on keeping that weight shifted towards that front foot, still finding that balance. Keeping that chest up nice and tall. Making sure we're squeezing that glute, squeezing that quad. And good. All right. So we have 2 more rounds here of both of those together. So we'll shake those legs out. Told you it's going to be a heavy leg day here on this Wednesday evening. So we'll get that weight in just a second. We're going to give one more note. So balance is a huge factor in these RDLs, especially going at the tempo that we're going. If you find yourself kind of getting really open or finding yourself like really off balance, we can touch that toe down, all right? Just find that balance again and get down, okay? If you're starting to lose that balance from the very beginning, go ahead and reset, come back to center, all right? And then go again, okay? We want to try to be as in control as possible as we go through these reps. All right, so we'll get that weight up. We'll go for round number 2. Weights to my right, left foot is down, right foot is floating. Front head extra challenge, keep that foot floating the whole time. All right, hinge down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1, and up. Back down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1. Up. Good. 2 down. 2 to go. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1. Up. Last time on this side. Hinge down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1. Up. And relax. All right, switching sides. So again, just to be clear, if we're coming down on that RDL and coming up, if you want to challenge yourself, keep this foot floating through each rep, okay? If your balance is not so great, tap that down, reset, no harm, no foul on that. Now let's put that weight up in that left side, right foot planted, left in the air, down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1. Up. Good. Hamstrings, glutes down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1. Up. Good. 2 down. 2 to go. Down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1. Up. Last one. Down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1. Up. And relax. All right. Awesome job. Hopefully you're feeling those hamstrings right? We're gonna get that kettlebell or dumbbell up into that front rack, right into those split squats at your own pace. 8 good solid reps, down and up. All right, focus again, pressing that whole foot down into the ground of that front foot. That weight is shifted towards that front foot. All right, favoring that foot as we go down. 8 on one, 8 on the other. Here we go. Try again, load up that front foot as much as we can. Still make sure that we're coming all the way up. Keeping that balance, of course. And we'll relax. All right. We're going to try to squeeze in one more round here of those RDLs and split squats. Of course, make sure we're staying well hydrated. Feeling good out there? I hope so. All right, we're going to do one more time here. Just remember that balance is always going to come first. All right, if we're getting real off and we're opening those hips and we're reaching across and we're doing all kinds of stuff, refocus, center yourself back up, then go again. All right, if you need to drop that weight, if you even need to do this body weight, all right, we can take those arms out to the side for a little bit extra balance, so get just as much of a workout with that tempo. All right, so weights up. Last time, left leg down, right hand with the weight, hinging over for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold for 2, 1, up, down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold for 2, 1, up, good, last 2, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold 2, 1, up, last time, hold strong, down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold for 2, 1, and up. Good, remember push those hips through, weight right into that left hand, down that right, ready hinge for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold for 2, 1, and up. Good. Remember, don't reach with that hand. Down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1, and up. Good. Remember, lowering via that hinge. Don't reach. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1, and up. Last time. Down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1, and up. All right. Place up in that front rack. Give me those quick 8. We'll take a quick break. Then we'll move to our next segment. All right, so as we finish up this quote-unquote strength block, I want you to really focus on these split squats, getting that weight into that front foot, challenging yourself on keeping that forearm nice and tight. All right, here it is. Final round of our lower body strength circuit. Stand nice and tall, keeping that weight close. Get all 8. Put that weight down, take a quick break, grab some water. All right. How legs feel? Pretty good. Got a lot of juice in there, a lot of blood flowing. Hope so. My hamstrings are feeling it for sure. All right. Great skill to have those RDLs. Not only do we just do them a lot here in class, it's a great reason why your hamstrings, your low back, consistently underdeveloped, especially how much we sit. All right. Postures always suffer from lack of that posterior chain. So really honing in on that one specific exercise, especially with a single leg, working our balance, works our coordination. Just a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful full body, highly beneficial movement. So make sure you keep that in your repertoire, keep working that, and we'll move on to the next one. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of conditioning via a flow. Again, this is where that kettlebell comes in handy. Don't have the kettlebell, I'll do it the first time with the dumbbell so we know what to look for, and then we'll run through it. All right, so we're gonna break down each piece. There's only 4 pieces to this flow. We'll go through each of them individually, and we'll work on chaining them together. Okay, so very first movement is going to be a clean to rotational press. Okay, so a clean, we're going to start from a standing position. We're just going to work to hinge those hips back and pull that weight to that shoulder. All right, that's your clean. From this position, my toes are facing forward. Okay, I'm going to work to press and rotate into that front hip. Okay, so if we look at toes facing forward, my right hand and right foot are both going to rotate, but I'm going to work to keep that left foot facing towards the front. Okay, that's your rotational, clean with rotational press. All right, clean rotational press. Okay, that's movement number 1. Movement number 2 is going to be a single leg loop to a catch. Okay, so this is where we're going to transition hands. We're going to bring this weight down. We're going to kind of squat. It's going to circle around the opposing leg. So right hand going around the back of my left leg. I'm going to switch hands here. I'm going to pull this up into a catch on the opposing shoulder. So again, right hand loops around the left into the right shoulder. Okay, that weight's still going to be in my left hand. To show you this with a kettlebell, all right, we're going to come down, loop, and it's going to look like this. That's what makes a little bit more sense with a kettlebell. Okay, so I'm still hanging out with my left hand, just supporting it with both hands. Okay, that's move number 2, loop around the leg to this catch. Okay, then we're going to go a little bit more traditional into a snatch. So it's going to say in my left hand, we're going to break it down, we're going to punch it all the way up into the air for that overhead snatch. Okay, and again, from that catch, dropping that weight down, punching up. So think about kind of from this low hang to that overhead in one movement, okay? No pressing there. That's that snatch. Then we're just going to repeat that into a lunge, all right? So we'll bring this down, pop it up into, right on room. Pop it up into a lunge, okay? So it's off on that first time. But up in my left hand, my right leg is going to step back. Okay? If you're doing that, again, with the dumbbell, all right? Drop it down, snatch, all right? Snatch to lunge. All right, then we're just going to start back over, okay? So we'll do this nice and slow all together, and we'll have a couple minutes to run through it for conditioning, okay? So we're going to clean into that rotational press. Good. Come back to center. We're going to loop it, switch hands, catching on that opposing shoulder. All right. Right hand holds it and drop up into that snatch. Both feet underneath. We're going to drop this back down. Snatch into that lunge. So remember, hand that has the weight, that knee's down. Okay, one more time, nice and slow. We're going to clean, boom, rotational press. All right, you can always come back to center if needed. Okay, now we're going to drop this down for that loop, switch hands into that catch. We're going to drop down for that snatch, all the way up in the air. And then one more time, down, snatch. With a lunge. All right, do a little bit more full speed here. So we're going to clean to press, right? Loop it to catch, snatch, and then snatch to lunge. All right, So we're going to do 1 full minute. All right, nice and simple. We'll do 1 minute, flowing through that best you can. If you get lost, you can pick it up on me. We're going to get this going. Clean to press, loop to catch, snatch, snatch to lunge. Ready for it? And 2, 1, go. Clean to press, right? Switch hands, catch, snatch up, snatch into that lunge. Good. All right. Once you go at your own pace, once you really feel it out, if you need to reset at any time, slow it down, slow it down. All right. If we start to get too far off track, that body starts not really comprehending what we're asking of it. Take a minute, reset. No rush here. Boom. Looking good, folks. Want to stay strong. Got about 20 more seconds here. We'll do the best that we can. Keep that good tall posture as we go through. Last 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, that's all we have for you, folks. If you want to hang around, work on that flow a little bit longer, you've got it. I'm going to turn the camera off, put these weights away. We'll be back for strength flow in just a couple minutes. Remember, check out the chat box, find out about Coffee with the Coaches tomorrow, Thursday, 11 a.m. All the information, the link is there. We'll see you in a couple minutes.